Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers: Willow uses Danny's violation of the restraining order to threaten Alexis' grandson. General Hospital spoilers imply that Danny Morgan's restraining order breach could be an issue. Will Willow Kane's next power move involve threatening the grandson of Alexis Davis? As the week of February 2nd to 6th kicks off, GH spoilers suggest Willow will turn to Alexis once again. Willow will want Alexis to assist her in getting back together with her children, despite Alexis's attempts to distance herself from Willow and all of her legal troubles. Nothing matters more to Willow than spending time with Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, thus it appears like she'll be willing to exploit Danny and Scout Quartermain's problem. Willow can begin by offering to let Scout visit Danny if Alexis arranges for Amelia and Wiley to reunite. However, if Willow doesn't get the reunion she's after, then she may indicate that Danny and Scout won't have one too. Willow's attempt to use her grandchildren to control the situation may horrify Alexis, but Willow might not stop there. It is important to remember that Willow is aware that Danny broke the restraining order when he played in the snow with Scout during the holidays. Willow might remind Alexis that she let Danny spend out with Scout despite knowing it wasn't authorized. It won't look good for any of them if Willow turns Danny in and stirs up legal difficulties. Willow could question whether Alexis truly intends to cause Scout further misery and subject Danny to a horrific experience of his own. Alexis may have to come through for Willow, therefore it could end in her pleading with Michael Corinthos to compromise. If Michael controls Danny's destiny and whether Scout's situation improves or deteriorates, he can find himself in a difficult situation. Willow's going to have the upper hand here, but how long will she maintain it? In the near future, will Michael manage to retaliate? According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow and Michael still have a lot of turmoil ahead of them. Keep checking back for any more stunning revelations. Willow's dirty move explodes as Michael strikes back. Chaos hits Port Charles. A stressful day is hinted at in General Hospital spoilers for February 2nd, 2026. As alliances change, secrets proliferate, and dangerous decisions fuel the mayhem in Port Charles. Sunny initiates fresh schemes, Michael becomes impatient, and Willow acts boldly. Darker realities await Britt and Jason as well. Willow makes a dangerous play when Willow confronts Alexis in her office. She pushes her agenda hard. She won't accept a straightforward rejection and is adamant that she needs representation once more. She fears losing her kids forever, which makes her desperate. When Alexis senses that Willow is having problems, she tries to talk her out of making snap judgments. However, Willow gets manipulative and draws Danny into the discussion. She suggests that if she reclaims her own rights, she might let him see Scout. When Alexis hears the warning signs, she becomes uncomfortable. Yet she may agree to explore a compromise, even while suspecting Willow's actual motives. General Hospital spoilers: Michael reacts angrily to Sunny's move. Michael becomes enraged upon learning that Willow wants to negotiate. He believes she is employing emotional leverage again. As he screams at Sunny's house and refuses to praise Willow's strategies, his rage grows. He says any compromise must start with him directly. When Sunny sees a chance, he involves Rick right away. He expects that this lawsuit will help restore confidence and calls on Rick to take on the role of Michael's attorney. Sunny encourages calm, but Michael first opposes the concept. As each guy gets ready for the impending combat, the situation becomes more tense. Jason and Britt face hard truths after their night at the Harbormaster's. Jason attempts easing Britt's fears. He tells her leaving that room signified the first step toward her independence. Britt wants to trust him, but every escape option feels unsteady. She becomes more terrified as she realizes how dangerous her decisions are. Soon Britt faces a troubling discovery tied to Director Cullum. She might discover fresh dangers concerning Jocelyn or other juvenile targets. She must face the reality, even though Jason cautions that it will hurt. As more information emerges, their future becomes less certain. General Hospital spoilers: Lucas questions Marco's strange behavior. Lucas shares a positive notion about locating a new apartment with Marco. He desires a new beginning and a more secure future. However, Marco disagrees and insists on staying at Windmir. His tone swings fast, leaving Lucas bewildered by his strong reaction. Lucas becomes alarmed by Marco's resistance and starts to probe further. Marco deflects, but everything around him is in danger because of his covert connection to Jens. Lucas sees something bigger brewing and prepared for unpleasant answers. His trust in Mako begins to crumble at the edges. Brooke Lynn panics over Tracy's disappearance. Brooke Lynn enters full panic mode when she realizes Tracy is vanished. She warns Gio and Emma as horror grows across her face. Fearing that something horrible has happened, the three rush to find Tracy. As anxiety increases, their teamwork becomes frenetic. When Tracy is eventually found at Drew's house, relief is felt. She only wound up stuck with Martin after a wild mix-up. When Brooke Lynn hears her voice, she breathes once more. She is still shaken by the experience because she understands how easily family members might end up in danger. General Hospital spoilers. Emma receives a troubling call. Emma later receives a significant phone call that shifts her focus. She is disturbed by the tone and is compelled to doubt everything. She senses that someone is attempting to deceive her and divert her from a careful path. As she evaluates the increasing danger, the tension increases. As she puts the pieces together, her suspicions about Cullum grow. It's possible that this call is intended to further perplex her. Emma prepares for greater battles ahead and refuses to back down. She is aware that what she does next could determine far more than she anticipates. General Hospital spoilers. Britt tells Jason about Sidwell killing Dalton. What will he do? General Hospital rumors and updates reveal Britt Westbourne is now opening up to Jason Morgan after he saved her on the waters near Spoon Island. She told him that she's being blackmailed to finish her father's last project over withholding her Huntington's disease medications. Will she tell him Jen Sidwell assassinated Professor Henry Dalton? Viewers of GH will remember that Sidwell killed Dalton in front of Britt after talking to her and Pascal about Dalton's carelessness after the lab break-in. Emma Scorpio Drake and others broke in after Dalton, inebriated and careless, divulged that there was a lab facility outside of PCU. He also made a big spectacle of himself at a public gathering when Laura Collins gave her acceptance speech, so it didn't matter that nothing significant was disclosed. Therefore, Sidwell and Pascal named Britt as Dalton's successor, and Sidwell shot him dead right in front of Britt. Afterward, Sidwell went on to frame Laura and Sonny Corinthos by putting Dalton's body in Laura's trunk with Jason performing the cleanup afterward. Jason has to know that Sidwell killed Dalton, as well as who is in charge of Caesar Faison's last project and blackmailing Britt. It looks that sleazy WSB director Ross Cullum is above Sidwell and Pascal, but is there anyone over him? It's dubious, unless there's a not-so-dead Cassadine lingering around somewhere, or a not-so-dead Peter August. But the initial see that Britt was so terrified of seeing on her Huntington's dose packaging when she first came surely seems to correspond with Cullum being the one who's in charge. It's likely that Britt will tell the whole truth to Jason. Considering that in Friday, January 30th's episode she warns him the men in control are all very lethal. She may or may not be aware that Anna Devane was detained in a basement cell, but she is aware that Jocelyn Jacks was present. However, she arrived to meet her uncle Lucas Jones, and thus that should have been a suitable cover, as Cullum didn't see her then. Britt will probably explain that the new lab is located in the catacombs, which may also be where Anna is, and that it is a part of Windmir and potentially beyond. To get Britt out of her perilous circumstances, Jason needs to discover the complete truth, who the guys in power are, what's at stake, and most importantly who. Michael's a target, Britt's discovery. You won't want to miss a minute of what's next in Port Charles. Britt makes a discovery. Britt has been a handful for everyone around her lately, mostly because of the way Sidwell, Cullum, and Marco continually attempting to uproot her life. She finally tells Jason all he needs to know to save her, but will it be too late if she makes an awful discovery on Monday? On Tuesday, this revelation results in a distraught Britt and perhaps a torn Jason. By the end of the week, Britt is the one retaliating, hopefully against her superiors, rather than the man who is really attempting to assist her. Michael's next after facing a losing case in court. Ada Turner will stop at nothing to win, even if it means prosecuting Michael for Drew's shooting. Jason and Sonny will be left to plan their next course of action after Michael is questioned on Tuesday, while Diane raises her concerns over her clients. Throughout the week, Michael will be confiding in his parents and Brooke Lynn, while Chase experiences yet another moment of rage. Odds and ends. Willow will start the week acting dirty before her loving husband wakes up on Thursday, astonished by his new life. In the middle of the week, Kai needs to explain things to Trina, and Nathan and Lulu will both confide in their respective confidants. While all of this is going on, Jacinda and Christina maintain their connection and keep each other informed about the latest developments in their lives, such as Michael's recent problems and Christina's small encouragement regarding Molly's work. Spoilers for General Hospital. furious viewers respond to the unwanted recast and contentious Windmir makeover. According to General Hospital spoilers and updates, the show just underwent a recast that has disappointed a lot of viewers. Many GH viewers are resorting to social media to vent their frustrations with Windmir's change. Windmir is no longer a castle, it looks more like a touristy hotel. In the January 27th episode, Jocelyn Jacks gave the audience a glimpse of her viewpoint by looking at Windmir through her binoculars. Regrettably, the renovated Windmir shows little resemblance to its old incarnation and probably fails to align with the castle's intended gloomy aura. Fans quickly became aware of this change and took to social media to express their disapproval. Many began sharing photographs of the past editions of Windmir that had adorned the show. At least one assumed it was a touristy hotel in the Netherlands. The redesigned Windmir shouldn't impact ongoing storylines, but why fix something that wasn't broken? For many viewers, the new Windmir just feels strange and is perceived as an unnecessary recast. Naturally, this modification has little effect on the overall plots and is not a significant problem in the bigger picture. It is still very annoying though, and many viewers are perplexed as to why the show chose to move Windmir in this new route. Why try to fix something that isn't broken and make the famous Spoon Island home look so boring? Fortunately, ABC's General Hospital isn't irrevocably committed to this present depiction of the estate that formerly belonged to the Cassadines. Reverting to the old design would be rather easy, especially after they see how many ardent fans are voicing their displeasure. Fans want the old Windmir castle back, complete with turrets and parapets. When Windmir reappears on our screens in the future, fans hope it will resemble the eerie castle that we have all come to love and appreciate. Windmir is an important part of the soap opera's history, and it would be greatly welcomed if the authorities would not make any more changes to it. What do you think about the latest Windmir makeover that we were all forced to? Is this just another example of the program giving us a needless recast? Windmir is poised to provide the background for a number of fascinating and dramatic storylines in the future. Therefore, let's earnestly hope they return it to its previous state sooner rather than later. Anna Devane's time at Windmir is nearing to an end, but brace yourselves, as the next chapter of her plot is ready to deliver even more trauma. GH Spoilers Weekly Update: Liz Mediates, Jocelyn's Danger, Diane Suspects. General Hospital spoilers are in for the week of February 2nd, 2026. Fans should expect Elizabeth Liz Baldwin to calm down a stressful situation. Jocelyn Jacks keeps dancing dangerously. Diane Miller is also cautious. Lucas Jones's recommendation. Let's begin with Lucas Jones and Marco Rios. At the moment, the pair resides at Windmir together. However, it was simply going to be a matter of time before things got too difficult. Lucas overheard Marco and Britt Westbourne. Lucas then visited Jen Sidwell. Lucas suggests to his lover that they move into their own apartment. Don't expect Marco to concur though. Lucas will become suspicious even though the attorney will have a cover tail. Jocelyn Jacks Danger. Speaking about Windmir, be prepared for Jocelyn to keep taking risks. People may not be as stupid as the girl believes, even though she is skilled at covering, particularly with the novel. Expect Britt to uncover something unsettling in the interim. Willow Tate Kane's next move. According to General Hospital teasers for the week of February 2nd, Willow Tate Kane will plan. Then, later in the week, she makes a dirty move. Someone discusses a compromise with Michael Corinthos in another scene. Michael claims that she can visit him on her own. Nevertheless, Willow might be talking to Harrison Chase. Another option is Alexis Davis. Finding Anna Devane. Emma Scorpio Drake ends up getting a very critical call. This must be about Anna Devane. Emma can be seen with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Giovanni Gio Palmieri in a promotional clip. BLQ explains that they need to discover her. What else to expect? As for what else to expect, Sonny Corinthos and Jason Morgan conduct a strategy session. Diane, meanwhile, expresses her worries in a straightforward manner. In the end, Nathan West will tell Nina Reeves about his complex emotions. In the meantime, Lulu Spencer discusses Nathan and Maxie Jones with Laura Collins. Jacinda Breckel and Christina Corinthos Davis get back in touch. Liz ends up diffusing a tense situation. Plus, Dante Falconeri is pretty insistent on something. General Hospital Caitlin McMullen gives Cynthia Watros quite the shock. According to General Hospital teasers, Willow Kane and Nina Reeves may have an intermittent mother-daughter bond, but Caitlin McMullen and Cynthia Watros, who play them, appear to be closest friends. McMullen just shocked her on-screen mother in the most lovely way. See down for further details about this tale. Instagram-worthy A behind-the-scenes video was shared on General Hospital's Instagram feed lately featuring McMullen and Watrous. "Cynthia, there's a little surprise for you. It's a belated birthday gift," McMullen said, putting her arm around Watrous as she led her somewhere backstage. "It was an international package, so it got caught in customs," McMullen continued. "This is from a fan. Her name is Brittany. She prepared this specifically for you." The two entered Nina's office at Crimson, when Watrous exclaimed, "Oh my word, can you believe it? I've finally arrived." The camera zeroed in on a miniature replica of Nina's Crimson desk. Watrous noticed it had the cutest little desk of Crimson with a little chair and the red notebook like I have, as she held the replica in her palm. "This is so cute," Watrous continued. "I'm very glad we have it at last, and thank you so much." Nina and Willow's twisted bond. The caption on the IG video was, "We couldn't wait to surprise at Watrous with a very belated birthday gift. Birthday cake wrapped gift at Katie_McMullen #GH General Hospital behind the scenes." Finola Hughes, Rory Gibson, Laura Wright, Perry Shen, and McMullen were among the other girls who loved the Instagram post. Meanwhile, Nina would be in for a not-so-good shock if Willow told her the truth about Drew Kane's shooting, and that she was the one behind the 2 bullets that went through his back. However, that may seem insignificant in comparison to Willow's role in Drew's fictitious stroke, which has rendered him unconscious. Will Willow tell her mother all of this? Watch this: General Hospital, Young and Restless, BTG, Days, and BNB episode guide, February 2nd to 6th. Beyond the Gates on Monday, February 2nd, on BTG, Derek receives some tough love from a close friend. Chelsea and Madison make a decision that will change their lives. Isaiah and Kat have a heated argument. Eva vented to Tomas, and Leslie made Ashley an offer. Anita confides in Danny, who then proposes a daring course of action on Tuesday, February 3rd, while Vernon offers a warning to Andre. Bill tries to get to the bottom of his health crisis, and Kat receives unexpected news that puts her at odds with her cousin. Danny admits to Andre that she kissed Bill. Smitty meets with his source. Jacob makes headway with his undercover case. Chelsea is surprised by the changes she sees in Anita. Haley flirts with Isaiah, and Bill has a surprise for Caroline on Wednesday, February 4. On Thursday, February 5th, Ted is perplexed by his ex's new look. Nicole and Kyle go on a date. Shanice discovers something repulsive. Anita makes eye contact with Anastasia. Joey lets Vanessa into his inner sanctuary, and Mona thanks Randy for saving her. On Friday, February 6th, one couple gets engaged. Danny gets turned down. Pamela conspires with Andre. Eva updates her mom on the change in her relationship status. Ted publicly confronts Leslie regarding her subterfuge. Shanice and Derek commiserate, and Ashley and Grayson's romantic night takes a turn when he receives a mysterious call. The bold and the beautiful Steffi gives Taylor an ultimatum, and Dylan tells Electra she has something important to tell her on BNB on Monday, February 2. RJ shows Carter some designs on Tuesday, February 3rd, while Electra and Will are stunned by Dylan's news, and Taylor and Deacon vow to find a way to be together. Liam discovers Eric is Katie's new designer, and Ridge feels enormous remorse on Wednesday, February 4. On Thursday, February 5th, Deacon and Taylor share a forbidden kiss. Sheila is blissfully ignorant of Deacon and Taylor until Friday, February 6th, when Steffi tells Ridge that Taylor has emotions for Deacon. Days of Our Lives on Monday, February 2nd, Jeremy confides in Julie on Days. Rafe extracts information from Liam regarding the Demera abductions. Gabby interrogates Theo. Gwen informs EJ of her strategy to eliminate Dimitri, and Kristen and Brady argue over Rachel's care. On Tuesday, February 3rd, EJ and Kat have a tense encounter. Susan acknowledges she was mistaken. Rafe and Eli interrogate Vivian. Gwen's plot launches, and Dimitri challenges Leo to concede. Vivian constructs a plausible story. Rafe and Eli discover fresh information. Liam apologizes to Abe, and Philip surprises Gabby on Wednesday, February 4. On Thursday, February 5th, Holly and Sophia make amends. Rafe and Ari console Gabby. Tate assists Brady in reaching Rachel, and Rafe interrogates Kristen. On Friday, February 6th, people who either loved or disliked Stefano Demera get ready for his memorial. Abe is surprised by Theo's request. Chanel warns Johnny. Kate is outraged by a moment between Marlena and Roman, and Chad encourages Kristen and EJ to be polite. General Hospital on the Monday, February 2nd episode of GH. Willow plays dirty. Emma receives a crucial call. Lucas is thrown. Alexis is shocked, and Britt discovers a distressing discovery. Jason is torn on Tuesday, February 3rd. As Michael is probed, Willow confides in Nina. Britt is frantic, and Diane speaks her suspicions. Jason and Sunny plan, Nathan opens up to Nina, Willow makes her move, Lulu confides in Laura, and Jocelyn dives for answers on Wednesday, February 4. On Thursday, February 5, Curtis seeks aid from Alexis, Kai explains himself to Trina, Drew is astonished, Chase loses his calm, and Michael briefs Carly and Sunny. On Friday, February 6, Michael confides in Brooklyn, Britt pushes back, Elizabeth diffuses a heated situation, Christina and Jacinda catch up, and Dante is adamant. Young and restless on YNR on Monday, February 2, Nick hides his pain from Sharon, Noah and Sienna manage their future plans, and Mariah's intentions with Dominic grow to a hazardous place. On Tuesday, February 3, Claire searches for information about Audra, Noah defends Nick, and Sharon and Tessa struggle to accept the truth about Mariah. Victor lashes back against Kane, Nikki worries about Lily's safety, Jack and Diane celebrate a win, and Lauren offers Billy an update about Jill on Wednesday, February 4. On Thursday, February 5, Victor implores his family to trust his plan, Abby and Devon seek help to find Dominic, and Phyllis gives Kane much-needed spiritual support. On Friday, February 6, Holden looks to Claire for assistance with a new task, Jack and Kyle make a power move, and Victor holds Kane's feet to the fire. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.